Alright, so today we're going to be tuning this SLP Sound Layout Project snare from made from Tama, and it's a 7x13 maple ash snare, and you can see the wood on the inside of it is a really good wood, and that's where you want to start when you have a drum. You want to make sure it's made at least out of some good premium wood to get the best sound that you can get out of your snare or tom. So what we're going to do now is test it right now. So I really don't like that sound right there. It's just right out of the box. So what we're going to do is take our drum key, and we're going to go to each lug and untighten it all the way. We're going to loosen up these lugs all the way. All right. And even now you can see the stick is, make sure your stick is under the snare wires. Okay. Make sure you put that stick under the snare wires like that. Loosen up everything. Undo the make sure you undo the strainer, the snare strainer right there. Loosen everything up, untighten it so you can put the stick up under there. You want to also make sure you test the head and make sure that it is all flat and everything. Now we're going to use our hand. We're going to take our hand and we're going to hand tighten each lug, okay? As tight as you can with your hand. This works really well because you're able to actually just get a good level tightening with the hand. And so now we're going to be testing it and just seeing how it sounds. Now we're going to actually take the key and we're going to put it on the lug, and we're going to make sure we sit it there and make sure it sits snug against it, kind of put a little pressure against it. And what we're going to do is do a half turn, and then we're going to do another half turn, which is actually a full turn. So I'm going to turn it again, and you want to put it like right back in the same spot if you can, you know, at least ballpark figure in that area and everything. So we're going to go across from that lug to the next lug, like right across from it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sit it there. We're going to make sure it just sits there and then kind of push against it to make sure it just give you a little resistance. And then we are going to turn it a half turn, and then we're going to turn it another half, which makes it a whole. Okay, so make sure you get it back in the same area. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing for all the lugs. So we're going to put on the lug just like we did the other ones, and then we're going to make sure that we tighten that one up, and then go across and tighten that one up, and then go to that one, and then to this one, then to that one, and to that one. And we're going to make sure we tighten them all up a full turn. All right, so now we're going to take our stick after we did our full turn on each lug, and we're going to go around the rim and test and see how it sounds. And try to make sure that it has the same sound. All right, sounds okay to me. Okay. All right, so I don't like how low it's tuned. So what I want to do is I want to tune it a little bit higher. So I'm going to tune the resonant head a little bit higher than what it is. I'm going to do a half turn now, just a half turn. So it's just one turn all the way around. So I'm going to go across just like we did, repeat the same thing, and we're just going to do a half turn on all the lugs. Okay, so just like that one, we're going to do the half turn, take it there and all the way around, and do our half turn on all the lugs. Now it's a little higher now, and I think I like this sound right here. So it's tuned to my liking, and it's higher. Also, let me know what you think in the comment section below of that tuning. But I like it. It's good for me. I gave it a thumbs up. All right, so now I'm going to remove the stick from the snare wire so the snare wires can fall right on the resonant head. I'm going to turn it over. And what we're going to do is we're going to check on the strainer. We're going to want to lift that up, but I'm going to lift that up in just a few, and we just want to make sure we check on everything. As you can see, we can push the snare strainer all the way up, and this is how the snare strainer goes. And we're going to tighten that up as well, because we unloosen that so we can make sure we can get that stick under there. But we want to tighten it back up. So we're checking right now. So I'm checking, and you can see it has a lot of overtones in it. So we're going to just tighten it up just to see how it sounds. Tighten up everything. Make sure you tighten up the strainer. This tightens up the strainer to make sure the strainers, those wires sit flush on that resonant head. So make sure you tighten that up. All right, and let's test it. Let's see how it sounds. Better than before. That was better than before. So I'm going to take the strainer off because I want to tighten it up a little bit more. I want to get better sound out of it. Lots of overtones, and we want to make that sound a little bit better. So let's take our drum key. We're going to take our drum key, and we're going to untighten every lug just like we did on the resonant head on the bottom. So we're going to untighten everything. All right, so as we untighten it, we're going to make sure we check for tension. Now, some people like to seat their drums, but their heads, but I don't want to seat it. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to hand tighten each lug just like we did the bottom. We're going to hand tighten each lug. Now, we're going to, after we tighten it, now we're going to put our key back on there. We're going to follow suit just like we did on the bottom. We're going to do a full turn. So that's 2 half turns. 1, 2. All right. And then we're going to go across. And we're going to put it on the lug across from it. And we're going to set it up there. And we're going to do our 2 half turns, which is a full turn. We're going to do 1. Then that's going to be 2 right there. Okay. Well, almost 2. As long as it's in the ballpark. And what you're going to do is take it across to every lug and do the same thing. Okay. I'm not going to take you through the whole thing like that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Now, we're going to take our stick. Let's see how it sounds now. Yes, that's a little bit higher. That's that sound that I like right there. So it sounds better. Let's put the strainer on. Let's tighten it up. Let's see what it sounds like now. Yes, I like that sound. Sounds like a real snare drum. Tell me what you think about it. I like it. All right, so I have my set here. This is my whole set right here. It's a Pacific drum set, PDP. And I placed the snare on the snare stand now. So it's going to produce a little bit of a different sound. Let's just see how it sounds with it. All right, now we're going to try the rim click. That's a really nice rim click. I really like this. I really like this snare. This snare sounds really good. All right, if you like this video, go ahead and make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you own this snare or you want to get one like it, okay? The link will be below in the description section, so check that out, okay? This is John of JSMJ Music, where we learn music and we love music. I'll see you in the next video.
JSMJ Music. Learn music, love music.